Welcome back, everybody. So let's get to the quiz and start training on the exam, rehearsing the material. Here's how it's going to work. I will ask you plenty of questions, multiple choice, A, B, C, or D. At the beginning, you will all stand, at least those who want to participate. There's of course no obligation, but everybody will stand. Then you answer the questions. And when you get one wrong, then you sit down. And we are looking for the last survivor, the ones who has the longest streak of correct answers. This is based on trust, right? I have no way of checking if the answers are correct or not. I just trust you that you play the game. And of course, if you get an answer incorrect, that's totally okay. Then you sit down, but you can continue to answer the questions. That's totally fine with me, right? So everybody can participate all the way until the end. Now, in order to spice it up, you're going to play against the TA team, which consists of Marco. You have a big responsibility on your shoulder. And so Marco will give me every time the answer at the moment that I click to reveal it. I also trust Marco. Do you trust him too? Yes, you do trust him too. Awesome. So we all trust each other. So Marco will give an answer, and then we'll see who of you, meaning the last surviving student or Marco, is the last person standing, right? So we'll see. All right, should we get started? So please, everybody stand up, at least if you want to participate. On Zoom, you can participate too. Just raise your hands. Everybody who wants to participate on Zoom, raise your hands. All right. Okay. So you see, I have this all these questions right there who are waiting for you. Some of them you might already have seen. Some others will be new. So do you want to go in sequence or do you want to go random, like we shuffle around? Who wants to go in sequence? Who wants to go random? Okay, I just pick at random. Okay. So let's start with one. We will calibrate the time, making sure that, that it all works. So you need your smartphone, just as a reminder, either the smartphone, the Edu app, or if you don't have the app installed, just go to a browser to eduapp-app1.ethz.ch. This is where we had the clicker the entire semester, eduapp-app1.ethz.ch. You can log in with your ETH credentials, and if you're registered to the lecture, you will have access to the quizzes. Okay, so let me open one at random. How do we make precision and recall work on ranked retrieval? Answer A, we can't. It only works on Boolean retrieval, as this is based on return sets. Or answer B, this can be redefined in the framework of inexact top K retrieval by comparing it with exact top K retrieval. Or answer C, we just adapt precision and recall to weighted scores. Or answer D, we go down the results and draw a curve plotting precision against the increasing recall. You can enter your answers now. I will give you enough time for the first one, and then the more time elapses, the more I'd shorten the time that is available to answer the questions. But now we calibrate, making sure that it works for everybody. In previous years, it actually often happened that on the last day of the semester, there was a bug in the system and the clicker question would completely stop working. And so it was a big deal for the quiz. So what we did is that everybody came to the front, and then we had the group A, the group B, the group C, the group D, and everybody would just move around to select the answer. But it seems to be working today. All right, giving enough time for everybody to enter their answer. Who needs more time? Don't see any raised hands in the lecture hall. Who needs more time? Everybody is good on Zoom? Anybody is stuck or needs more time? Seems okay. The number of answers is still a bit increasing. Okay, that allows us to calibrate a little bit. So 32, roughly. Okay, so now I need to get the timing right. So prepare yourself, Marco, to give your answer. I'll try to time it. So please give your answer, A, B, C, or D in three.
D, the curve.
Yes, that is correct. Oh, wow. What? Really? Seriously? Okay, okay. This is going to be much quicker than I thought. It also makes it easier for you, Marco. Okay, how many people do we still have standing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on Zoom, we have 2 people on Zoom, so that's 7 people still standing. So it adds up, right? This is good. Okay. You can all continue to give answers, right? But for the competition, it's the 7 people who are still standing who are, and Marco, who are still in the competition. Okay. Let's get another one then. Let me ask this one. I need to put a few easy ones to make sure that it doesn't go too fast, because otherwise we'll be done too quickly. How do bigram, respectively k-gram, and biword, respectively k-word indices differ? First, they don't differ. Answer B, k-gram indices are indices on sequences of k characters and used for phrase search. K-word indices are indexing sequences of k terms and are used for tolerant retrieval. And then there's combinations of that, right? K-gram indices are indexing on sequences of k characters and used for tolerant retrieval, and k-word indices index sequences of terms and are used for phrase search. Or maybe k-gram indices do not exist, and k-grams are used only for generating Markov chain-based language models from documents. You can all answer, even if you're no longer in the game. We can totally go up to 32 again. So let me ask if all the 7 people who are still standing, have you all answered? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and on Zoom as well, I assume. Just checking if there's a yes in the chat. So in Zoom, have you also answered? Yes? And a yes. Okay, awesome. And the correct answer is?
Option C.
C, yes, exactly. Very good. Do we still have 7 people? Yes? Yes, it seems so. Okay. So indeed, k-gram indices, that's for the spell checks, right? And k-word indices is for phrase search. Okay. Here's another one. Which query returns documents 5 and 8, given this incidence matrix? Is it you or Y, you or not Y, you and Y, you and not Y? Oh, yes, of course. This is the incidence matrix, and these are the options. I assume you can scroll on your phone or on your laptop, right, to see the answers or the matrix. Yes? Okay. Yeah. It's basically or and whether or not there is a not in front of the second one. Do you have it? Okay, wait. Everybody enter the answer? Yes, yes, yes. Everybody okay? So
U and Y.
U and Y. Yes, exactly. You see what's going on? You take U, that's this line here, Y, that's this line here, and you need to end means you intersect. So here there's 5 that is in both, 8 that is in both, and all others there is a 0 in one or the other. So this is 5 and 8. We still have 7 people standing. Now this is going to be difficult to tell them apart. Okay, here's one. We carried out a few measures on a Boolean querying system, and we obtained this table based on, you remember the difference between the information need and the actual query. So compared to the information need, we had 20 documents who are returned and relevant, 30 who are returned not being relevant, 1 not returned relevant, and 100 not relevant and not returned, right? Up to some scale factor. So in order to evaluate the system, specificity, precision, recall, accuracy, we use the scale that above 90%, it's very high, 78% is high, 50% is okay, and below 50%, it's poor, right? It's fine to use a calculator, by the way. So do we have, which combination do we have? Basically, very high, high, okay, poor between specificity, precision, recall, and accuracy, right? So you need to look at the precision, at the recall, at the accuracy, and at the specificity. Again, it's fine to use a calculator because for the 78, it might be not easy to tell the difference when you divide. By the way, since it's multiple choice, you can also eliminate answers, right? Because I didn't put all of the combinations. Technically, there would be 4 to the power of 4 different combinations, right? That would be 65,000 different possible answers. No, what am I telling you? 256. Okay. Do you have your answer? Did you enter your answers? Everybody? Yes, yes, on Zoom too? Okay. Then A, B, C, or D, right? Wait. I need to press at the same time. Go ahead.
It's the last one, very high recall, poor precision.
Yes, exactly. That's the last one. We still have 4 people in the lecture hall who are standing, and we have 1 on Zoom, so 5 people left. Let's look at it. How do we tell very high recall already? That already gives us only the last 2. So the recall, see, it's 20 divided by 21. This is amazing. That's largely over 90%, right? That's very high. Poor precision, well, you can see the precision is below 50%. Look at this. We return even less relevant documents than non-relevant ones. So with that alone, you're actually able to tell the difference. And this one was even bogus because there's accuracy twice. Okay, poor precision, high accuracy. The accuracy, remember, that would be 120 divided by 151, right? And it's above 78. It's 79, I think. Then we have okay specificity. The specificity would be 100 divided by 130, which is slightly below 78. So that's why it's okay. All right, so 5 people remaining. Okay, let's pick another one. Which of the following is the standard inverted index for this collection? So I'm giving you a collection, right, of 4 documents with the bags of words. And I'm asking you, what is the standard inverted index that corresponds to this collection? 4 possible answers, right? Document 1, 2, 3, 4. Standard inverted index. These are the first 2 answers. These are the last 2 answers. The standard inverted index. Do you have an answer? Okay. Do you have an answer? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. On Zoom too? Okay. So the answer is?
The second one.
The second one, yes. Do you see why? The last 2, they mess up the words against the documents, right? Because the documents have numbers. These are the document IDs, and these are the terms. But in the inverted index, the terms should be here, and the terms are A, B, C, D, right? So this is why it cannot be these 2. And the first one, you can see it's non-standard. That is an index that was extended with positional postings. So it's basically something completely different. This is the standard one, right? You have the length of the list, 4, 3, 1, 3, and then you have exactly the documents. Like, for example, document 3 contains C, and it's the only one. A is everywhere, so it has all 4. B is 1, 3, and 4. B is here, but not in 2, so you can see. And D is in 1, 2, and 4, so D is also here, but not in 3, right? So this is how we can tell. We still have 4, 5. Everybody is still in the game. Okay. No, I don't want to ask this one. Which is the correct base formula among these 4 possibilities? They're all beautiful and symmetric, right? But 3 of them are actually not the base formula. They are likely to be incorrect even. You have an answer? You also have an answer? Yes, yes, yeah, yes, okay. And on Zoom too?
The first one.
Yes, indeed. That's the first one. We have 2 survivors in the lecture hall, 1 survivor on Zoom, so 3 persons who are in the game. Indeed, how can you tell? Remember the chain rule? You always have to multiply a probability with the condition here. Then that it multiplies. Likewise, the B multiplies with here. Here, you see, it doesn't multiply correctly, right? You're multiplying condition on A, but multiplied with B, that's not consistent mathematically, right? And the same here. This would be consistent, the B part, but the A part would be inconsistent because you're dividing. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you can, of course, divide, but it doesn't make sense. And then here, again, you would be, let's say, dividing. That doesn't make sense. And here, too, you would be dividing by B. So that also doesn't make sense. But nobody fell for these ones. OK, so this was the base formula. But we need to be able to tell the difference, right? Okay, let's do that one. That's not the one I wanted, but let's do that one. Why do we not use a fixed length encoding on gaps to compress postings? Because we could just do fixed length, right? We take 32 bits and that's it, right? Why do we bother with the gamma encoding and all these things? We can proceed by elimination, right? Because some answers don't make any sense. Do you have your answer? Yes. Do you have an answer? Yes. Yes, also. Okay. And on Zoom? Zoom too? Yes. I think so. Okay. So go ahead.
Let's say B, but I'm not confident. No.
Yes, exactly. That's B. So the first one would be a justification in favor of, right? So that's not the case. The third one, no, that's not true. We actually don't use fixed length. And the fourth one makes no sense at all, right? Centered around 0, it's all positive anyway, or non-negative. And unsigned would also not make sense to center around 0. So indeed, it's because the distribution of the gap sizes is skewed. Remember of information theory, when would it make sense to use a fixed length encoding? That would be for a uniform distribution about all the possible combinations of bits. Then it's optimal, right, for the uniform distribution. But in that case, it's not the uniform distribution. There is a skew. There is a skew towards the lower numbers, right? You have a lot of zeros, 1, 3, and so on. So this is the reason why we would be wasting space if we would actually be using everywhere 32 bits, right? So indeed, it's skewed. All right, you're still here. And oh, not on Zoom. We lost you on Zoom. Okay, so there are 2 survivors now in the lecture hall. What are your names? Oliver and Rob. Okay, so wanted to pick a specific one, but I don't know if that's the one. No. No, where is it? Maybe this one? Yes. Okay, encode the following postings list with a gamma code. By the way, we take the convention that we had in the course, right? Meaning that 0 is the one that is in the middle. Hasn't? Oh, it hasn't started, really? Okay. Remember everything we discussed for encoding the posting list, right? just as a hint, it's a sorted increasing list of integers. So when you really need to squeeze it to encode it. Trying not to give too strong of a hint here. Okay, 6 people. Have you entered your answer? Yes? Oliver too? Not yet? We're waiting. Now yes? Okay. Bit more time for everybody else. Who has it in the lecture hall? Okay. And I hope I got the answer right as well, because sometimes I can also be distracted. So
The second one.
Do you remember the gaps? I told you it's a sorted list of integers. So you squeeze it by taking the gaps. You remember that? Did you use the gaps? You didn't? Did you use the gap? Oh, but that's good for you, because in that case, the rule is that you stand up again, because we need a winner, right? So since you both got the second one, you're still in the game, right? Okay, so indeed, you see that's 1, 2, 2, and so on, right? 3. Sorry, that's the encoding of 45, and so on. Mind the gaps. We wouldn't use the gaps if it was not sorted, right? But you need to squeeze every bit that you can from the disk. Okay. That's the ROC curve for engine. That's my Bitcoin detector, right? I basically just bought a Bitcoin detector, but it behaves like this. Basically, it keeps beeping when there's nothing, and it stops beeping when there is something. So that looks awful, right? So that's my question. Is it awful? Is it wonderful? Is it meh? Is it zozo lala? I think we say in Swiss German. So, oh yes, believe me, or no, you just swap the return documents with the non-return document and it's awesome. Or no, it's actually great. The curve is absolutely great. Or it depends on the use case. Do you have an answer? Do you have an answer? Do you have an answer? Okay.
The second option.
Yes, exactly. You just swap. If you have a detector that beeps when there's nothing and it doesn't beep when there's something, you just invert it, right? You just look for when it doesn't beep, right? It's like the weather forecast. Imagine that you had a weather forecast that always tells you the opposite of what's going to happen. You can actually make it work again. Okay, so you're still here. I'm trying to find one that's, especially since it's getting close to determining a winner. Do you remember how the number of terms grows with the number of documents in practice? Hyperbolically, logarithmic, square root, linear. I think you'll both get it right. The 3 of you will get it right. You have an answer? Oh, I haven't started yet. Yes, indeed. Okay. You have the answer, Marco? Oliver? Yes, okay. And Rob too? Yep, okay. So.
Square rootly.
Yes, exactly. Maybe you remember these made up words for the square root. Indeed. So you see, all the 3 of you got it right. Okay. What's the most accurate definition of a normalized type? Is it an equivalence class of tokens? the resulting set of a query expression, an equivalence class of documents, or an equivalence class of words. The text is important too, right? Tokens, if two tokens appear in related document, the associated posting will appear in only once for each term. Or if it's a class of words, normalized types are associated with posting lists in the standard inverted index. Do you have an answer? Not yet? Give you a bit more time. No? Yes? Okay. So, Marco?
I would say the first one.
Ah, Marco didn't get it right. Oh no, what's going on? You're all synchronized with each other. It's like quantum entanglements. But then you can all stand up again, right? Because, okay. No, it's an equivalence class of words, remember? Every time you basically group them and you associate them with all the postings that they belong to. What is this one? How would you evaluate this query? Maybe this one might be too easy. Anyway. You have it? Yeah. Oliver, Rob? Yes? Yes? Okay.
Boolean retrieval.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay. What is the Dewey Decimal Classification? You have 20 seconds. We'll go to 25 because I said it at 5 seconds.
The second one.
Second one? Did you say seconds? Did you say seconds? Wow, this is incredible. We have a very strong class. This one we did. This one we did. Why does inexact top-K retrieval make sense? You have again 20 seconds. It's about 25. And stop.
Third one.
The third one, yes? You didn't get right? So, okay, so you can stand back up for the students. Marco, I think you're the winner between the TAs and the students. The TAs won this year. So applause for Marco. Single-handedly, like all by yourself. I still have a prize though for the best students, right? So we still need to determine the winner in the. All right. Which one of these ratios did we not define as an evaluation measure? You have 15 seconds. 15. True positives over all return results, true positives over relevance, true negatives over non-return, true negatives over non-relevance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Third one.
Third one. True negatives. Okay. Then we need another one. Bias, ranked retrieval. No. What is not a difference between Boolean retrieval and ranked retrieval? You have 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, you can stand up again. Even the time doesn't work. Okay, so what can we do? I have another gamma code. This one I've even telling you to mind the gaps. Do you have an answer? No, not yet. You have an answer? Okay, now you entered it. Okay.
Second one.
Yes, indeed. So you took more time, but you got it right. So it's Rob, right? So big applause. So these are all, you see Toblerone, Lindor, and so on. And the lady told me like, this is the best of the best. Right. And I think, oh, sorry. Right, so this is for you. And there is also the Toblerone over there. Who thinks it should go to Marco? Yes, so Marco, it's for you. You can take the Toblerone. All right, so I hope you had fun. It was a good celebration of the end of the semester. Hope it was an opportunity for you to call back to the top of your minds all the material. You know that we are here for you. You can write on the Moodle forum to ask questions. There's also the Element chat. I know you also use a Discord server, but we are not here. At least I'm not. I think Marco might be on the Discord server. But don't forget that if you want to have help from the team, you can also write on the Element server and on the Moodle forum. You can also send us emails if anything, if you don't understand something. Again, I recommend to read the book, read the chapters of the book. The past exams are all in the Moodle except the last year, which I think is in the FIS community forum, but not in the Moodle yet. We'll add it to the Moodle. But you have all the past exams to practice. So yes, so now with tears in my eyes, it's again the time to wish you all the best for the exam, all the best for the remaining time for your studies. Try to take some time to rest a little bit. It's useful to give some air to your brain to digest so much knowledge. Thank you for being such an amazing audience, for being so interactive during the semester. And maybe I'll see some of you in fall for big data. Who wants to take big data? Some of you, okay, so I'll see you again in September then. So thank you very much, and all the best at the exam. Thank you. Goodbye.